and welcome to your ASOM core. ASOM stands for actively strong and optimally mobile, and that's exactly what we're going to do for your core muscles and your spine. So join me as we go through these 6 positions and explore how well you can move and control your body's movement, specifically talking about your core musculature, your abs, your obliques, and your spinal erectors. So what you're going to want to do is set a yoga mat about 5 inches away from a chair so that you have enough space that when you're sitting at the end of the yoga mat and you're sitting up nice and tall, we can explore how well can you sit with your legs out straight. Do your knees have to be bent for you to sit up tall, or can you sit comfortably with your legs out straight? Do you feel tension in the back of your legs? What happens when you pull your toes up towards your feet, or your toes up towards your knees and towards your hips? What happens when you point your toes? Can you do these positions with still keeping a nice straight spine? And then what happens when you collapse? Just slouch, letting your body relax and extend back up. Do your feet and legs move? Do you have any tenderness or pain when you slouch or when you extend back up? And we're trying to extend through your spine, lifting through your xiphoid process. Your sternum is trying to lift up, as opposed to a lot of clients will do this, they move through their shoulders. We're trying to keep your shoulders relaxed. Now we're going to do the same thing, leaning back against the chair. So fully relax into the chair, and we're going to collapse and then extend and then collapse and extend. We're going to do that one more time with the collapse. And again, you're exploring, how do you feel in this position? What is your feet and legs doing? And then extend. Now we're going to hold this extension, and you're going to lift one leg up at a time. We're lifting the foot about 3 inches off the ground and just enough space to lift just the thigh out just a little bit. And we're trying to maintain spinal extension. We're going to lower that leg and relax. Relax everything. We're going to extend back up. We're going to now lift and point the toes. Hold the spine extension. The body likes to collapse a lot. Holding it nice and tight. And then we're going to relax, relaxing everything. Now we're going to go do 2 times on the left. So extend through the spine, lift the leg with the toes pulled back. Again, the foot is about 3 inches off the ground. Thigh just lifts off just a little bit. Keeping spinal extension, and then relax. You can kind of change which hands are crossed, which one's in front. Now we're going to extend, lift, and point the toes. Hold it nice and steady. Extend as you hold the leg straight, nice and tight through the front of the thigh. Extend your spine. And relax. Relax everything. Now we're going to keep both feet down. We're going to extend, and you're going to lift your back off. We're still leaning back. We're not sitting up all the way. Keep leaning back, but just no back touching the chair. And then relax. And again, we're going to extend and lift. This is allowing us to work your back, your spinal erectors, and the top abdominals at the same time. Breathe, 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 and relax. Excellent. So that's our active L sit. All right, so now we're going to move into our lying spinal flexion. We're using the weight of the leg to drive and make your abdominals work harder. So what you're going to do is the side that you're doing, your arm's going to be out to the side. We're going to do that same side leg. We're going to let that leg, toes and knee rotate out. And we're taking the foot high in the sky, flexing through the spine, pulling those abs in tight, pushing your low back down, allowing that leg that's out straight to flex and just go with the rest of the body. And then we're going to relax. Holding for about 10 count, totally relax. And we'll do that again. Foot rotates out, lift that foot high in the sky, lift, 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 kind of tuck that chin down, tightening up through here. Draw the stomach in if you can once it's tight. And then relax. Good, we'll switch sides. Now we'll take the hand out, opposite arm across the body. Now the left foot, toes and knee rotate out. We're going to take that foot high to the sky, pull, flexing, tightening up through the abs, trying to lift that foot high into the sky, towards the head as well, and relax. Breathe it in. Here we go, once again. Lift up and squeeze. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Tuck that chin down and relax. All right. Next, that was our lying spinal flexion. Now we're going to do our side lying plank, side lying hip bridge. So we've got our knees bent, we have our knees stacked, hips stacked, all aligned with our shoulders. We've got this forearm and elbow right underneath our shoulder. We want to be careful not to allow that hand and elbow to go above, because as we lift, we're going to move further away. So we wanted that to be directly under and even closer to the hip, so that when we lift, we're moving away from it. So now we've got the top leg, we're going to extend it. We want to make sure these hips are staying in front to stay aligned with the shoulder. Here we go, we're going to lift and hold. You can keep this top leg down on the floor, reach this shoulder down. It likes to shrug up, and then relax. You get to explore how this feels when you got pressure of the floor touching this little point on the hip, the greater trochanter. Your point with the pressure of the arm and the forearm on the floor. Push the top shoulder down, depressing it. Try not to let it shrug towards the ear. And relax. We'll go ahead and do the other side. So again, take your time during the transitions. We're gonna get those knees on top of each other, the hips, shoulders are stacked, top leg extends. We're gonna lift up and hold. Forearm and elbow are pushing through the floor. We're keeping those hips going towards the camera and up to the air and down, away from the floor. Here we go, we're lifting, keeping that foot down, shoulder down. Breathe it in and relax. All right, now we're gonna lie down. We're gonna do the single leg hip bridge. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna lie on your back. You're gonna bring your feet together, thighs together. We're gonna do two separate movements. We're gonna do the hip motion or the hip bridge, and then we're gonna do the knee extension, and then we'll bring the knee flexion back. So we bring the foot back down to the floor, and then we'll bring the hips back down. So totally separate movements. Here we go. We're lifting up. Hips are up, extend the leg, extending through the knee, foot is out, thighs are parallel. Try not to let that thigh lift up. Keeping them side by side, not letting the hips rotate. Bend the knee, allowing the foot to return, then drop the hips. We're gonna do that same side. Here we go, lift up, extend the leg, foot is out, thighs are side by side. If you want, you can push hands into the floor, elbows into the floor to add extra support. You can even make it a little bit more challenging by taking the arms across the chest. Bend the knee, allowing the foot to come back to the floor. Lower the hips. All right, we're gonna go do the other side. Here we go. We're gonna lift up, extend. Again, try not to let those hips rotate. Holding it nice and steady. Bend the knee, allowing the foot to come back down. Drop the hips. Here we go. Lift up, extend, hold nice and steady. Drop the foot by bending the knee and drop the hips. All right, next we have our seated torso rotation. We're gonna move a little bit closer to the wall. So what you wanna do is you wanna be sitting about an inch away from the wall. And here, we do want to do this exercise sitting up nice and tall. So fingertips to the tops of your shoulders. We're going to rotate away from the wall, or you can use a piece of furniture like the side of a chair or a couch. And now what you're going to do is you're going to rotate, and we're going to hold this where my motion is getting blocked. I'm paying attention to what my feet are doing, what position they're in, and I'm trying to continue to rotate, but the wall is obviously blocking me. And I'm going to relax, come out of it, rotate as far as I can, unload it, and then rotate back and hold here. Hold it nice and steady. You're thinking about this outside rib cage is trying to continue to contract to get you closer to the wall. And relax, rotate away. Now we'll switch. We'll do the other side. And again, the wall is hitting right here on the side of my arm. So fingertips to the shoulders, sitting up nice and tall. We rotate away, see how far you can go, and then come back and make contact. Hold it nice and steady. Keep trying to press a little bit more, make those abs contract a little bit more. Think about the rib cage getting tight, and then relax, rotate away. What are your feet doing? Are you paying attention to the feet sitting up nice and tall? There you go. Keep holding it, keep squeezing. Make these muscles contract and relax, rotate away. All right, final exercise. We have our face down spinal extension. Now right here, what we want to do is avoid lifting with the shoulders and avoid lifting the head and neck. So I like to start by tucking my chin and nose down so my forehead can make contact with the mat. I want to avoid lifting with the shoulders. I want to avoid lifting with my head. So what I do, I think about really using my low back and mid back to initiate. And it's a really gentle movement. And if I want, I can even push my stomach out to aid and assist those low back muscles. And then relax. I think about I'm still trying to look at my waistband. Here we go. We're going to lift. So I'm thinking about, can I see my waistband as I extend? I'm not allowing my head to lift. I'm not allowing my shoulders to lift. And relax. Excellent. Well, I appreciate you joining me for the Awesome Core. Again, that's actively strong and optimally mobile. And now you have a better and strong day. Thank you.